Hey everyone, welcome to season 2 of Connecting Women in Insurance with Julie. I'm so excited to have finished season 1, and it was an awesome season, and I'm looking forward to season 2. So if you will, grab your coffee or a glass of tea and sit back and join me as we listen to Rita Lewis on episode 1. And don't forget to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Joining me today is Miss Rita Lewis. Thank you, Rita, for joining us on the podcast today.
Well, thank you, Julie, for having me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So tell me a little bit about what you do, where you work, your day-to-day, personal and professional.
Wow. Let's see where we want to start there. Personal, I am a mother and a grandmother.
Yay.
I have 2 daughters and 3 granddaughters.
Lovely. How old are the granddaughters?
They are 9, 11, and 17.
Nice ages.
Yes, and it's a wide mix of personalities. So always makes family time very interesting. And then professionally, actually, just starting off on a new venture, I am the vice president of operations for a startup company called Accurate One. We are getting in the forefront of the innovative AI space with claims handling.
Okay.
So very excited about that.
Oh, yeah. And we've talked about this a little bit. So now, is this all claims, or is this a focus on property or flood, or?
We are actually going to be handling all spaces. We do focus on the flood space, both NFIP and private flood.
Nice.
Along with P&C, all lines. So we're excited. The claim side of it, the examination side of it, desk, field. So pretty much we're going to encompass all areas of claims handling.
Oh, nice. So I bet you have been very busy getting all this started up.
Have been. Basically, it's been a learning curve for me as well. Mm-hmm. Having been in the industry for the past 18 years, the claim side of it comes with knowledge base.
Right.
But the AI and the technology space is new to me. So I'm having to learn as I go as well. And but I'm excited about the benefits that AI bring. And I'm old school, so change is kind of hard.
I get it, yeah.
But I've realized that that's one of the things that you have to embrace in this business is you either jump on board or you're going to get left behind. So fortunately, I've been able to trek right through that, and I'm excited. And it gives you fulfillment that you are continuing to keep your mind space going with new things.
I'm excited for you. Accurate One, right?
Accurate One, yes.
Okay. I'm going to be keeping my eye on you guys because
Please do.
I'm excited for y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell me how you got started. Did you always want to be in insurance, or did you just kind of fall into it like most of us?
No, actually, I did fall into it like most of us. I come from a history of the restaurant business.
Really?
I was in the restaurant business for almost 20 years prior to insurance, which I've been into for almost 20 years.
Well, what did you start out doing in restaurant?
So I started off as a hostess, and then I worked my way through all different areas of the restaurant. I learned front of the house, back of the house, became a general manager for a restaurant. So, like I say, 20 years in that industry, and then pivoting into insurance, which was by default. I actually got out of the restaurant business and started my own store. So I have a passion for thrifting and refurbishing furniture.
Yes, so do I.
Love it. I love it. I opened up a store, and I did a consignment shop for home decor, home furnishing pieces.
Nice.
Back in the early 2000s when shabby chiking and customizing and old furniture became a little more popular and thrifting became more popular.
Right.
Back in the day, thrifting was kind of taboo in one respect, and now it's exciting and it's very well respected. Well, I opened up a store, and then in 2008, when the market took the dive that it did, people just weren't spending money. It just wasn't feasible to get out, whether it was used items or new items. We had a major impact in shopping. And so I got a phone call from a friend one day, and she said, "Hey, you want to come and help out? I work for a company over in Mobile, and they're needing some people in their call center." And I said, "Well, I could use the supplement on some income." My first granddaughter had just been born, and so my daughter was helping me at the store, and this enabled her to continue to work and bring the baby to work with her every day.
Nice.
And I came over to Mobile and started working at a call center for an insurance claims handling company here. And here we are, 18 years later. And
so after the call center, what did you do?
Wow, same thing like the restaurant business. I kind of worked my way through all aspects of it. Once I got in, and the call center and claims is, it can be very intense because people are in such a state of crisis when they're calling in. They're looking for help. They're looking for answers. So you get a very fast-track knowledge base of what you're doing when you go into a call center. But I had a passion for wanting to help people, and so I kind of had a niche for that in the call center, and so I was able to show my worth there, and then I became a proof of loss adjuster, where I went from taking inbound calls to making outbound calls and celebrating the fact that, hey, we have a payment ready for you.
Nice.
Let me send you a copy of your estimate, and let's go over that, and let's get a check out to you. So then I got into the deployment side of it and was helping adjusters get set up and get ready to go out and handle the estimating and doing first contacts out there, being forefront in the field with these people. And I was in that for quite a while, so I built a lot of relationships with adjusters that way because they needed something, they would call me.
Right.
And I would make sure they had what they needed to be successful in the field. And we're going back to the time where we were paper files, FedEx
and Polaroids.
Yes. I remember having strips of zip codes on the floor with stacks of file, manila folders in there, and adjusters would stop by the office and pick up their stack, and that was their zip code they were working in, kind of thing. And then I was a part of exhausting the file room and shipping all the files to storage because now we were going paperless.
Yep.
So I've been a part of the evolution of the claims handling process from paper to paperless, and and now we're all the way to AI, which is actually in the future, I think we're going to see where it's going to assist us in writing our claims. And we're already seeing it in the capacity of generating good, solid work product to start with as far as estimatics and gathering the scope of work, where we have such a honed-in 3D technology available to us out there that we're not making human mistakes with measurements and things like that. We're getting a more defined product to work with. It still takes human touch, and we'll never get away from that.
Oh, yeah.
We've got to have that trust built between the customer and the product. So.
Oh, I agree.
But I learned all of that on the inside. Then I had an opportunity to go to the field and be a field adjuster and learn that. And
now, field adjuster in property?
In flood.
In flood,
yes.
Okay.
So I started out in the office with flood. I went through a mentorship program. I got my FCN because it took flood certification before you could go into the field. And we had a smaller storm that opened up an opportunity for me to go out and get to handle claims in the field. So I basically have worked every area of the claims handling process, which has been very pivotal in my success and where I'm at now, because I have a little bit of knowledge base about each area of the claims handling process.
Oh, I think that's so important. So, what was I going to ask you? Oh, when you were in the field. Now, I've done a lot of what you've done, and but when you went into the field from the office, what were either one or a couple of things that really just kind of set you back on your heels? Like you were just like, I hadn't thought about this before, or wow. I mean, what was the perspective? How was the perspective different from being in the office for you?
Well, probably I would have to say being mentally prepared for what you were going to see when you get out there. You are It's kind of like ground zero. You are going into a devastated area. When you drive in and you start seeing the bent trees, the piles of trash and people's memories all around you, and you've just got a little road that you're traveling through that's been cleared off for you to get there. First responders have come in, but you see all the devastation. You see stress on people's face when you walk up, and gratefulness because they're finally getting some hands-on help right there. But just being emotionally prepared for what you're going to see, that was probably the hardest part for me. I have always dealt with it behind the scenes, never on the ground. So just knowing what you're going to go into, knowing that you're going to see some devastation, you're going to have desperation type conversations from people, and to make sure that you can listen and be engaged and let them tell their story because they need that. But just being prepared for what you're going to see when you get there.
What about the hours?
I was used to the 7 to 7, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But in the field, it's 14, 16. It's take a 2-hour nap and get back up and get at it because you might have been deep into something all the way till 2, 3 because time is of the essence. Getting them the help they need as quick as possible, making sure that you're making all your callbacks. It is a lot, and you will work 16, 18-hour days, and
easily
you'll do that for several days on end, and it will take a toll on you. So you do have to, I had to learn to secure your mental health in all of this as well, and make sure that you're getting the proper rest and that you don't overbook yourself with appointments. And if you need to dial back, make sure that you do that. Bring on some type of assistant to help you take off some of the menial tasks and be able to stay focused on the customer service and the estimatic side of it. But just follow-up calls and things like that. Just develop a system that works for you without sacrificing cycle time for getting those people taken care of.
Yeah, I being in here and I in the office, and then I trained field adjusters, and I did it with field adjusters helping me. Like, I didn't go into it thinking I knew anything. I asked several of our adjusters that have been around for a while. I got feedback. I went over what I was going to teach with them because they're the expert. Absolutely. But then I got the opportunity to go in the field and tag along. Eye-opening, because you sit in traffic. You have all this stuff that, like you said, it's a mental thing. And I knew that from what they had told me, but until you experience it and the frustration and you can't get through and you've got to wait and there's an hour delay and there's this, that, and the other, and you were supposed to be at the appointment and it's no fault of your own. You didn't know they just decided to shut the road and reroute everyone. Like, that's a big thing. But to walk in this one place where the glass doors and windows had been shattered and there's 2 foot of sand and broken glass everywhere. And you stand in the middle of it and it's dark. The only light coming in is from the windows. And I don't want to cry, but the realization hits you. And it's for the policyholder, but it's also for the adjusters because, man, you are 90% counselor out there. Like, 90% of your job is being a counselor. You have to listen. And yes, you're right. You still have the paperwork. You still have the office calling. You still have all this stuff. And it is not an easy job. And it takes a very special person to be able to do it and do it well. And I truly commend the adjusters in the field because they take on a lot and they do a lot. And for the most part, they're amazing. Yeah. But going back to the restaurant, did you wait tables?
I did.
I think everybody, I don't care what your status or statute is in life, you should have to wait tables at least 3 weeks. And at a place where you have to bust the tables too. And you should have to do it like at all the shifts. because I think that really trains you to read people, number one, but it also trains you how to keep your mouth shut and just give the customer service.
Right.
And also how to stand firm, because some people you had to just say, well, you ordered it medium rare.
Yes, yes.
That's why it looks that way. You know, would you like it cooked a different way? You know, and that's not being rude. It's just, okay, you've complained enough. This is actually what you asked for, but I will accommodate you if you want something else. So I think it's just a life lesson everyone should have to do. I do, because I feel like it sets you up and sets you apart in a customer service industry.
Right. And tying that into the insurance space, having come from starting in a call center, I learned so much from that call center that I would imply the same thing. Every adjuster needs to sit on that phone for a week and listen to all of the desperate pleas from these people. What really matters? Making sure you're doing your follow-up calls, making sure you're honoring the appointment time. The communication gap was one of the largest.
And that comes from just all the stresses and the time, and you're trying to get it all done, and you start losing track of time. I will say the adjusters that came and sat with me and learned to QC files, they would come and sit for a day or two. Every one of them, their files got better, their notes got better, and their customer service got better. And they weren't bad to begin with, but they just improved because they saw it and understood why we asked for what we asked for.
Right.
But I think that's really neat that you have gone from a hostess and then the call center, and now you are the vice president and COO, right, of a startup company that is, I mean, we've talked about it before, that's really phenomenal, and I'm excited for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I have. I'm excited as well. But on that note, I couldn't be where I am without having been blessed to be on teams that were very cohesive together. And I tell everybody, if you're getting in the business or if you are breaking off into your own venture, make sure you ensemble a team that is supportive, because you cannot do it alone. You have to have people that are knowledgeable in all the different areas. So
you really do. And one thing, that's one reason I started this, was the insurance industry to me is one of the most helpful. Like, there are people just willing to help you and do and set aside time just to support you in your endeavors. And they're not asking for anything back. They really aren't. And that's what I really love about this industry. I really do.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you get an opportunity to share knowledge bases with people, and you grow, they grow, and that's part of empowering people to be the best versions of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And I thrive on that. I thrive on being a mentor to people and making sure that you're assisting them and helping them with their action plan. Where are they going? Help people understand you can do this. If you would have ever told me I was going to be sitting here telling you that I'm the vice president of a company, or that I was going to be an insurance adjuster, period, never would I have thought that in a million years. But I've met so many people along the way that have encouraged me and have opened doors for me that I would have never seeked out on my own.
It's an amazing industry to get into.
Yes.
Okay, so in all of this, did you ever make a mistake or a decision and you thought, I'm done, I got to start over, it's just, that's it, I'm fired, or whatever. But you learned from that, and it either helped you down the road or you were able to use that to help someone else down the road?
Absolutely. Many times. Many times over, I would say. One of the most disappointing mistakes or disappointing times was having gone to the field, and then once in the CAT environment, once things dry up, claims are all allocated out, there's not a flow of them coming in, the residualness doesn't last forever on it.
Correct.
So being prepared to accept that, because I thought, okay, well, I'll just go back into the office. Well, there's
Right.
not always a need for you back in the office. And then
No.
it was like, oh, well, maybe I didn't make the right decision by going to the field. Maybe I should have stayed where I was. But in hindsight, that door closing opened up another door, which allowed me to get a different knowledge base. And I ended up in Washington working for FEMA for a few years. So it was disappointing at the time, and I blame, I thought I made mistaken decisions that I had made along the way. Some of the processes that I put in place weren't always the most effective, and I had to go around and redevelop a way to do it.
Right.
So I've made many mistakes along the way. But you regroup, reach out, ask questions, find those, have your support group. Don't be afraid to reach out and get assistance from your mentor, somebody else in the business, somebody you went through a training class with. Build those relationships in the very front end of your career, because you will go back and use those down the road.
Oh, absolutely. And people will come to you too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
And that's very prideful for you as well to know that, if they, oh, yeah.
I got to help them. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I love it. So who was or is the most influential person in your personal and professional life, and why?
Oh, there's many, I would have to say, in my professional.
You can mention more than one.
I think it all goes back to, and I will have to give credit to my mother for instilling a work ethic in us. I was raised by a single mother, raising 3 children. She was an immigrant from Germany that came over here when she was pregnant with me. And she didn't speak the language. She never drove a day in her life, but she worked every day. She provided for us. She taught us work ethic, and that you treat other people's things better than you do, more respect than you do with your own. And I think that having been taught that strong work ethic has put me in a position, and you always treat people kindly. I remember it's just something as small as you didn't go outside with a snack when you were playing with friends if you didn't bring a snack for everybody.
That's
Little
very
things
thoughtful.
like that were taught to me at an early age, which I have been able to carry into adulthood and my career. That share your knowledge, make sure that you take a minute to listen to people.
Oh, yeah.
You learn so much, and try to take back something personal with everybody that you come in contact with, so you have some type of a connection to where the next time you see them, you have an opener to where you can learn more about them.
Oh, I agree. I think
would have to say my mother.
That's awesome.
Respect. Yeah, and I still learn every day, and my children, I learn a lot from my children. But my mother instilled the strongest work ethic, and she would probably be the one I contribute my life success.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so what advice would you give to women listening who want to move up in their careers, no matter what industry they're in?
Find a mentor. Learn. Continue to educate yourself every day, whether it's we had talked about this before. Find a program, get organized. I think organization is one of the key components in success.
I agree.
If you have to write things down, if you have to keep a day planner, if you have, we have our phones, we have a computer with us at all times, take notes. Make sure that you've set yourself reminders for things. But I would say education, continuing education, always learning to learn new technology, learn new ways of doing things. Just read, get organized, continue to educate yourself.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so I've got my little cheat sheet here. We've got our fun questions.
Oh.
All right, so there's no right or wrong, and you don't have to overthink it. So, all right, if you could master any skill, what would it be and why?
Wow. Carpentry.
Me too.
To build things.
Me too.
Yeah, I would love to be able to take, because I like furniture and I like refurbishing and things. If I could create my own piece and to look at that and say, I made that, I that would give me joy.
Now, I would like to do carpentry, but with the epoxy,
Oh,
those cool tables
beautiful.
and stuff that they do. But my youngest daughter and I tried epoxy once. That was a hot mess. We laughed so much.
You have the bubbles and
we
the overlap
did it.
and the teardrops.
You know what? Hers turned out better than mine, but we had a great time doing it. But it is not as simple as it looks on those videos. Just like the home improvement where they redo a bathroom in 30 minutes. No, that's a 3-month event.
DIYs.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your biggest pet peeve?
Master manipulators.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, dishonesty, but master manipulators. I'm a pretty direct, straight shooter.
You are.
And I appreciate the realness in people that have that type of personality, because you don't waste time. Mm-hmm. You eliminate a lot of unnecessary time spent. On things, to where if you don't manipulate situations into something, just get to the root of what you need and let's make it happen. So master manipulators is probably, and that's in career and personal.
That's a good one, because I would much rather deal with genuine and straightforward. I may not like what you say, but I can respect it if you're being real.
Correct.
You know? And don't try to manipulate me.
And we need that. We need to have those straight shooters, because you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't tell me that I'm doing something wrong, or that perspective, I need to look at it maybe a different way, then I'm going to continue to make a bad habit out of something that maybe I wouldn't have if you had have been honest with me.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's extremely disrespectful. I remember Craig had called me into the office to ask me something one time, and I was kind of still new, I was a little nervous because, he was one of the owners and all that, and I just looked at him. I said, well, do you want me to be completely honest, or do you just want me to say what you want to hear? And he's like, why would I want you to say what I want to hear? I need you to be honest. And I said, okay, because that's all you're going to get from me. I will never disrespect you by lying to you and telling you what you want to hear. I'm always going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. And, we had a really great working relationship because of that, because we were both really honest with each other. But I think it wastes everybody's time.
Agree.
It just does, and it's just disrespectful. Okay. Favorite hobby or pastime?
Well, we've talked about it a couple times, but it's going to be refinishing furniture. Interior design, that type of thing, decorating.
I love it. Is there a specific style you like over the others, or not really?
Well, I'm kind of contemporary, traditional. Mm-hmm. I'm not into the modern, sleek, plain. I like things that have some old architectural look to them. Mm-hmm. So
okay,
I would say I'm more traditional, contemporary versus modern.
Okay. All right. The best compliment you've ever received?
Wow. I would have to say it is, and actually something that I just recently had happened to me that made my heart smile. And that was, I had a past employee that worked on my team. She went on to something else, and we stayed in touch, and I supported her in her decision and in her steps along the way. And she would reach out to me and ask me questions along the way, but she sent me a message and thanked me for being her biggest cheerleader long after I had left her team. And that was probably one of the biggest compliments I could get professionally, is for somebody to recognize that they were still recognized long after they weren't serving you a purpose in what you were doing in that moment.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. Okay. What is one of your bucket list items?
The Northern Lights in a glass igloo.
I love it.
I would love to go to Norway and spend the night in a glass igloo and watch the Aurora Borealis.
I would too. I have read articles on that and looked
Yes.
at pictures and thought, man,
How amazing.
that would be the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that this is kind of a new thing for you, what you're doing now, but where do you see the next leg of your journey taking you? Like, I know it'll be this because you don't have something
So
different.
I'm not going to say this is the last leg of my journey, but
The next leg.
I think that I will be in this space. I think that innovation, AI, technology is the future of where we're heading. So I think I'll be in this space in some capacity. And then I'm looking forward to retirement. Will I ever completely not work? No, but I think I might dial back and be able to spend more time with, family, vacations, things like that. But I think I'll be in this space as far as the AI and the technology and being a part of getting more efficient, accurate product out there in the least amount of time to take care of people as fast as we can within the guidelines of what's required.
Oh, yeah.
So I see myself in this space.
For a while.
Yeah, I do.
Where do you want to travel to? Like, what's a destination when you retire?
Oh, well, my bucket list.
Well, yeah, that.
is that. I've never been to Paris, France. I have spent some time in Europe, Germany, Switzerland, Bavaria. But I would like to Italy. I love wine, and I like. I'm a foodie. That's my thing. So I would like to go and have like an authentic Sicilian Italian experience where you stay on a winery and you eat a meal that's shared at a table with other families of that that are native to the area, and break bread with strangers.
Yes.
So that's one of my trips that I would like to take, and then I would also like to do a longboat cruise. Not your hyped up family casino style cruise,
Right.
but a nice laid back longboat cruise that goes down a river somewhere in Europe, and you just are able to relax with a good book out on a deck and see all the beautiful scenery from the mountains and the different terrain that you'll travel through. So those are probably two of.
That would be nice.
Yeah. And there's a lot of trips here nationally that I would like to take as well. We have so much in our own backyard that is undiscovered if you don't get out and do it.
There's a big, there's a riverboat cruise that goes up the Mississippi for like a week or two. That's kind of like that. It's very slow and it's very relaxed.
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
That's kind of my retirement travel plans are, I'm past that thrill-seeking stage. It's more that laid-back, comfortable, but I'm still very active, and I want to remain active.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, as we come to a close, is there one piece of advice you would like to leave with everyone? Like if they had one takeaway, what would it be?
I would say don't discount your worth.
Love it.
Know your worth and make sure that you apply that in the decisions that you make with your career and in your day-to-day life as well. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something, that you're not worthy of something. If you feel it, you go for it.
I completely agree. Never let anybody tell you you're not worth it.
Right.
Because you absolutely are.
Absolutely. I agree.
Rita, thank you so much for joining me on Connecting Women in Insurance with Julie. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you for having me, Julie. I've enjoyed it.
Bye, guys.